If you are struggling with making consistent high-ticket sales, or if you've ever wondered how to book out your high-ticket offer so you can finally go full-time in your online business, then you're going to want to tune into this episode. Now, I have recently had a lot of people ask me how to make consistent online sales in my DMs recently, so I just decided to create an entire podcast episode dedicated to this question. So that being said, I have 8 tips for you to consistently land high-ticket clients. But before we get into the gold in this episode, because truly I'm giving you the gold, I don't hold back, I want to make sure that you know that if this is really something you want to master, Faith Fueled Coach Academy was created with you in mind, and the castle doors to FCA are open to the public right now. So if you know it's time to grow your Holy Spirit-led coaching business and finally go full-time online, then you need to join us inside of FCA. And FCA is a 6-month group mentorship experience that walks you through how to start and scale your faith-based coaching business step by step. Now, if you want to learn more about the program, you can also tune into episode 33 of this show. I walk you through all the nitty-gritty details of the program, and in addition, you can get even more details and see results and testimonials by heading to the information page, which is located at www.hannahbrindley.com/FCA. Now, with this, I have one more surprise. This round, I'm offering an insane bonus. My team thought I was crazy for doing this, but I'm basically giving away 2 free one-on-one 60-minute coaching sessions with myself to the first 5 people who enroll inside of the program. Now, at the time of me recording this, I have no idea if this bonus is still applicable or if I have the capacity now, but if you want to know if you can still get access to this bonus, please DM me on Instagram at Hannah Brindley or send me an email at hannah@hannahbrindley.com. Now, all of that to say, I cannot wait to see your application come through. And without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the show. Hey Queen, welcome to Reclaim Terrain. I'm your host, Hannah Brindley, daughter of the King, certified life coach, and faith-fueled business mentor. I know you are so sick of feeling like you worked so hard in your business with little to no reward while staying in this same cycle of self-sabotaging tendencies you know are keeping you stuck. And because of that, I know you are craving to end this never-ending cycle of self-destruction and cultivate a successful, Holy Spirit-led business without letting it become your idol. So if you are ready to be fueled by faith over flesh, fight your battles spiritually instead of physically, take bold action on your God-given callings, and finally create that thriving faith-fueled business, then you're in the right place. Go ahead and reheat your coffee, grab a notebook and pen, and let's dive in. All right, so we are just going to dive into these 8 tips because we've got a lot to cover. So tip number 1 is to solve one problem. Now, this goes back to gaining clarity on your ideal client, because in order to successfully sell high-ticket offers, you must first understand the problem your ideal client wants solved. Then you must know how to communicate the fact that you understand their problem. And in addition to that, you must know how to communicate that you can actually help solve the problem for them. So first and foremost is that you want to solve one core problem for your ideal clients. And you do this with your offer. However, what I find a lot of the time is that people are actually trying to solve multiple problems. Now, hear me out. You can have one core problem and have many pains and other problems associated with it as a byproduct. But the core problem is the thing that you actually help them solve. And so you want to be able to communicate that you understand what their core problem is, the thing that's like keeping them up at night, the thing that they are searching for on Google. You want to be able to communicate that you understand that and you have the solution to their problem. And with that, all of these other pains that they are experiencing is a result of not having a solution to the core problem that they are currently facing. And when you are able to communicate that, when you are able to fully express that you have the solution to not only the core problem, but to all of these pains that are associated with this core problem, they're going to be ready to buy from you. They're going to be excited to purchase from you because they want the solution to that core problem so badly, and you have the answer for them. You can help solve that problem for them. Now, if you want help with this, I highly recommend checking out my free training called Attract Your Queendom. And you can get that by going to bit.ly/attract your queendom. And I'm going to link that in the show notes for you as well. But definitely check that out. If you are recognizing I might have a messaging problem, I might have a marketing problem, this training was made for you. So definitely check that out. Now, this tip actually leads us into tip number 2, which is to offer the solution to your ideal client's problem every day. Yes, I said sell every day. Now, when I say this, I don't mean be sleazy with this, okay? I don't mean to just cold pitch someone right off the bat, sending a first DM and saying, hey, I have the solution to your problem. No, I'm not saying to do that. Please don't do that. There is a beautiful way to start conversations with ideal clients, and I do teach that inside of FCA, but that is not the way. Please don't do it. Please don't do it, okay? So, all of that to say, though, I do recommend selling every day. So whether that means you do offer the solution to your ideal clients in the DMs, you are on your stories talking about your offer, you are talking about the transformation you provide your clients with on your podcast or in an email or in a Facebook group, on a live, whatever it is, sell every day. And you don't have to just sell every day by just talking about your offer. You can sell every day by giving value, like I'm doing here. And then in addition, talking about the offer, actually letting them know, hey, if you want even more support with this is actually what I help you do inside of X offer. Like this today, I am giving you 8 tips to implement to consistently land high-ticket clients ASAP. But I'm also letting you know, if you really want to master this, then you need to get inside of Faith Fueled Coach Academy, because this is what we cover and this is what I'm going to help you master. Which then leads me to tip number 3, which is to own your message. Be confident. Do you see how I just talked about my offer I'm excited about it? I'm confident with it? That's because I am. That's because I know that this is the solution to the problem that you are facing. You have to own this. You have to own your message. Because listen, people can feel when you are not confident. People can feel when there's something off. They just can. It's because you're putting out an energy. We are energetic beings. God made us this way. And the truth is that if you are not owning your message and you're not excited and confident about your offer, other people are going to feel that. And now they may not be able to put their finger on why they don't want to invest in your offer or your program or your course or whatever it is. They may just know that they don't want to. They may just see you talking on Reels and just keep scrolling, or see you on stories and just keep scrolling because something isn't landing with them. Now, yes, it could be your messaging, it could be your marketing, but it could also be your energy. How you show up is just as important, if not more important, than what you do when you show up. So next time you do go and show up, ask yourself, how am I going to show up right now? Am I going to show up excited and confident in my offer? Or am I going to be kind of tiptoe around it? Stop tiptoeing around your offer. Stop tiptoeing around sales. Sales is a beautiful thing, and it's exciting and it's fun. It doesn't have to be scary. And inside of FCA, you literally learn how sales can become fun. I literally just had a client tell me yesterday that I have made sales exciting and fun for them, and they thought that that was going to be impossible. If you know the Lord has called you to grow a Holy Spirit-led coaching business, then you should probably listen up. The castle doors to my signature coaching program, Faith Fueled Coach Academy, or FCA, are finally open. Faith Fueled Coach Academy is a loving community of ambitious, faith-fueled women paired with a supportive curriculum and high-level coaching strategically designed to help you shatter self-doubt and stand out online so you can finally go from unseen to powerful queen. If you are an ambitious, faith-fueled female who is ready to start a coaching business, or you are already a coach and you're ready to bring in that consistent full-time income online, then this is for you. Inside of this 6-month immersive group coaching experience, you will find yourself fully equipped with all of the business strategies, high-level support, prayer, and accountability you could ever need to turn your God-sized dream into a thriving, faith-fueled coaching business. You will get access to me as I guide you through everything you need to know about stepping into your queen identity, letting the Holy Spirit guide you in your business, and overcoming the limiting beliefs, aka the lies, the enemy keeps whispering in your ear. With the Holy Spirit guiding us, we will clarify your mission, develop your sustainable and scalable business model, create magnetizing content that will keep your audience coming back for more, utilize simple and effective marketing techniques, and also utilize my daily sales system proven to generate new leads daily and prevent objections like the queen that you are. And yes, you can get paid right off the bat, even if you're just starting. If you are craving to do business God's way and for Him, and if you know the importance of being fully led by the Holy Spirit, and if you don't want to get carried away with fleshly desires and are craving how to balance surrender with discipline and taking aligned intentional action, then FCA is for you. If you are feeling a Holy Spirit nudge right now, head on over to www.hannahbrindley.com/FCA to learn more and to secure your spot. I am putting a cap on this program so it remains intimate, so make sure you claim your spot fast. I truly cannot wait to support you. So let's move on to tip number 4. And tip number 4 is to create problem awareness in your content. Now, if people tell you that your content is inspiring and really awesome and motivating, but they've never purchased, it's probably because you're not creating problem awareness content. Because the cold hard truth is that a very small percentage of your audience is ready to buy when you're actually promoting your offer. Now, problem awareness content actually helps warm up the rest of your audience so that they are ready to buy sooner rather than later. And a lot of people actually recommend, doing like a week or two of problem awareness content leading up to a launch. But personally, I recommend including problem awareness in your content all the time. And the reason for this is because I want to essentially attract new people into my audience at all times. And problem awareness content is essentially meant to help people realize hey, they have a problem, right? They may not even know that they have this problem until they see your content. And then they're like, oh, wait, okay, so this is why I'm struggling with this thing. It's because of this specific problem. And now I need to find a solution for that. And so you want this to be happening as much as possible, because then the next phase of awareness is solution awareness. And then you'll create content for that, which leads to product awareness. And then you'll create content for that. And you'll want to be creating content for each of these phases of awareness at all times. So people are constantly coming into your world, constantly warming up to you, and then constantly and consistently becoming a client of yours. And so that is tip number 4. So tip number 5 is to stop focusing on busy work and implement a daily sales system. Now, back in the day, I spent so much time checking my notifications, creating graphics, making sure my Instagram feed looked pretty, sending random, hey, how are you messages that didn't go anywhere because I didn't actually know how to navigate the conversation, and then spending hours on content that just didn't convert. And this just left me super busy and really exhausted and, quite frankly, very burnt out. Now, I focus and teach my clients to focus on money-making activities that generate profit. And this goes back to my daily sales system. Now, once I implemented my daily sales system, I no longer needed to be on my phone all the time. And when you're not always on your phone, you have more energy to produce higher quality work in shorter amounts of time. The systems that I have implemented have been game changers for my mental health and for my business and for my clients' businesses and mental health. It has honestly just been a game changer. It really has. And so this leads me to tip number 6, which is to build authentic relationships and sell in the DMs. This tip is so underrated, but if you're struggling with high ticket sales, I'm going to bet you are struggling with building intentional relationships with other humans online and don't know how to authentically sell. Because truth is, I'm noticing that most people these days are so focused on going viral that they neglect this skill. But what happens when you go viral, gain a bunch of followers, and still haven't mastered selling? Nothing. Nothing is going to happen. You just wind up with a bunch of followers who may or may not be your ideal client, and you still don't know how to sell to them. This skill, from my experience, is just not one you want to skip over, but most people want to. Now, if you want to hear a little bit more about one-on-one communication in the DMs, I recommend checking out episode 30. It's titled The One Skill That Has the Power to Dramatically Increase Your Revenue. And little hint, it is communication. And so I talk a lot about my view on actually how to communicate in the DMs with your ideal clients. Now, once you write that episode on a sticky note so you don't forget, we're going to move on to tip number 7, which is to keep it simple. Listen, y'all, simple is sexy and it's effective, okay? You don't need all these fancy funnels. You don't need to be running ads unless you just want to. You don't need to be on all the social media platforms. You don't need to have this huge email marketing campaign. You don't need to do all these things that you think you need to do in order to have a financially successful business. In case you didn't already know this, I created my first 6-figure year in business by leveraging one offer, which was one-on-one coaching, by the way, and utilizing Instagram and a Facebook group. I wasn't on TikTok. I had an email list, but I wasn't using it. I had a Facebook page, but I wasn't using it. I wasn't using Pinterest. I didn't have a website. I just had my one-on-one coaching offer, and I utilized Instagram and my Facebook group, and that is it. Oh, and I didn't have my podcast back then either, okay? I didn't have any of that stuff. I just had my one-on-one coaching offer, and I had my Instagram account and my Facebook group. That is it. That is all you need. You get to keep it simple. You don't have to have all these fancy things, right? Like, if you want to have them, awesome, but you don't need them, so please stop thinking that you need them to be successful. You don't. Now, last but definitely not least is tip number 8, which is to surrender the result. Now, I know that this tip seems kind of odd, but once you actually learn and begin implementing daily sales strategies and the daily sales system inside of FCA, and of course, learn how to do them well, you've got to surrender. So my motto and what I teach all of my clients is to take faithful and obedient action and then surrender the result to God. Because at the end of the day, He is in control, not you, not your potential client, not the algorithm, God. And not only does this relieve stress and anxiety, but it gives you the confidence when you are creating valuable content and when you are having conversations with other humans, because you are taking faithful action and then literally putting it in God's hands. Now, I talk a little bit more and go into more depth about this specific motto and the faith-fueled coach approach that I teach my clients inside of FCA inside of episode 34. And it's towards the end of the episode. It's literally the last, I think, surprise benefit that I share with you. And I highly recommend tuning into that episode because it's just gold. I actually just recorded it and the Holy Spirit just led with that one. So I definitely recommend going and checking that out as soon as you can. Now, all that to say, that's it, my friend. That wraps up the 8 tips to implement to consistently land high-ticket clients ASAP, and I really hope that these tips bless you. Now, if you are looking for support, mentorship, accountability, and guidance in finally mastering how to land high-ticket clients consistently, this is exactly why Faith Fueled Coach Academy has always been in high demand. And so FCA is my 6-month immersive group program to help you start or scale your Holy Spirit-led coaching business. Now, if you are feeling that Holy Spirit nudge right now, make sure you head to www.hannahbrindley.com/FCA to check out the program and to apply. I seriously cannot wait to see you inside. Hey Queen, don't head out just yet. If this podcast has blessed you in some way, it would mean the absolute world to me if you left a written review of the show over on Apple Podcasts. It truly lights a fire in me knowing how God has impacted you through this platform. And since I absolutely adore connecting with you, please screenshot this episode or your review and post it on your stories on Instagram and tag me at Hannah Brindley. I can't wait to see you over there. So much love to you.